Before you,
Okay, it's Wednesday, January 12th. It's 10 after 4. We really put together this emergency meeting so we could start working on the budget for 2022. We'd like to get as much of this started so that we can work with the budget committee and get that advanced and get ready for town meeting. And speaking of the budget committee, I guess we all kind of realize at the same time that our current policy that's on the town's website, with COVID and everything that's gone on the last few years, we're not really in line with that policy at all. My suggestion, Dale's, you guys, we've kind of talked about this on the phone, but I think we just maybe pull that policy, follow what Maine Municipal advises us with regard to the boards. And if we feel like we need to update it, we'll do that, or something to that effect. What do you?
yep, that sounds good, and the name of the policy that I think that we should pull is Town of Sangerville Board and Committee Policy.
Okay, so as it would apply to specifically boards, because we have a planning board, we have an appeals board, and there are rules that are really laid out in the manual.
Yeah,
Right,
it's all
right.
outlined in the manual.
Okay.
Right, and that policy was adopted September 5th, 2018. That's the policy that we're pulling
Okay.
from pulling.
And it even references state statute and
Yep.
all the things that empowers these boards to do the things that they do.
Right,
In both cases, those boards, they're appointed by
Yep.
us, but, okay. So we make a motion that we basically rescind that current policy.
Yeah.
And essentially follow the guidelines in the Maine Municipal Manual.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Effective immediately.
Yep.
Okay, on to the budget. You wanna start at the beginning, Lorna? What do you think the best way to go about this?
Yeah, let's stop right at page 1.
Okay, right at the top.
Okay.
I do want to mention the mowing. You'll notice there's an increase,
Oh, okay,
because last year it wasn't broken down correctly. So that includes the town lot here, the welcome sign on 23, and the little bit by Dowdy Hill. So it's 3.
So is that, this line 23, is that what you're
Yes,
talking about?
yes.
Okay. So that $500 is what you were talking about?
Correct.
so let's, right at the top here, wages and salaries. That number for 22 proposed is significantly less than 21.
Correct, and that's because as the town manager, I put my down there, so that just includes our deputy clerk on line
Okay,
1.
that's what I was
Yeah.
assuming. So the bottom number is the town manager / town clerk.
Correct,
Okay,
Line 11.
line 11.
that's right, the bottom of that group, correct.
Right.
And then everything else is, okay, it's pretty much the same, I mean, within a few. Training, we bumped up training, that makes some sense.
The only thing that I would like to do, I guess, is, cause where Lorna knows we do 6 months, in case you change your mind.
Yeah, you're headed exactly, I'm looking at
I would-
86,000 and 111,000.
I would rather put this top number back as if
Okay,
you was there at your, you know what I mean?
my red,
Your other pay plus COLA, you know what I'm
Okay.
trying, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And then
the
down
difference-
here, put that at a number for a town manager. So when we hit the 6 months, if you don't wanna do this, and you do wanna go back to that, we've
And we
already
have to
got
get a
money,
town manager,
and we
I
have
think.
to get a town manager.
Right.
We
Okay.
still have something there.
And we don't have to have a special meeting to do it.
Correct.
All right,
I mean, you stay, and that's great, I don't, then
Right, but-
that's just gonna roll back into,
Right, but
Next
that's
year
not
we'll
gonna
adjust
be-
it.
Right, that's not
Yeah.
gonna hem
In fact,
us.
I think I would make that 50. I'd go with, in other words, you're gonna move it up about 2 grand over last year, with your cost of living and all of that.
right.
Because we're gonna get into June no matter what happens, whether we part company or not. So that would leave us plenty of money to find someone else.
I can tell you what it was.
So, Mike, you were saying line 1150?
Yep, I'm thinking that is a minimum,
Yep, yep.
which is, I'm just rounding in my head, but that
Yeah.
111 becomes 113. 111 from last year. Oh, roughly,
Yeah, you're about right.
yeah.
And line 1 then gets
be the,
bumped.
You're gonna recalculate it with the
right,
COLA.
with the COLA and all that.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Well, as long as we know what we're all doing, I mean, we can get the right number for next time, but
Yeah, but that's the strategy.
I just think it's safer, without having to deal with another meeting later.
Yes, I agree with you. I pretty much just go down and look at the previous years. I see you pulled Matt's.
Yes,
Okay, so we're doing that ourselves?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Makes total sense.
Doing the same thing at work, but if I told you what ours was, you would tip right out of your chair.
Are there any other changes like that come to mind to you? Like, what about the cleaning?
The cleaning, I put 0. We were paying we paid $4,600 last year. And, with the library being closed,
Sure.
we can do it ourselves.
Okay, that's great.
So the office equipment,
That is,
server.
for a new server, especially, the server's around $1,200, and when it costs about $800 to have it installed. The deputy clerk's computer is our server, so if you wanna, you always have to
crazy.
leave it on, yeah, so we can get a separate server.
Oh, okay.
Insurances go up.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have real numbers yet for insurances and things like that?
That is real numbers.
Those are real numbers?
Those are
Okay.
real numbers.
Even for 22?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ouch, electricity.
Electricity, yes, one went up 11 cents and one is going up 9 cents. So I can't remember. One is the transfer, whoever delivers electricity, and one's CMP. Hopefully it won't be as much as budgeted, but it's,
The phone to me is crazy in this day and age that it costs that much, but it is what it is. I mean,
Where is that, Dale?
line 61.
Why would our employee match drop for IRA?
Because there's only two.
Oh, you're, okay, yep. Bingo. I wanna wait on fire department.
And you wanna keep the legal up at 10?
I think for now.
Yeah. How come the, plumbing inspector is now one?
$1?
Yeah.
Because we took the money back.
You get it.
The plumbing inspection. So when you do a plumbing inspection, it's 75/25. So person actually pays it.
Oh, I see. I think I got it.
So how did that end up being back in these years?
Yeah, well, that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just the not,
I'm not sure.
okay, right. So the proper way to do it,
The proper way.
okay.
Uh-huh. Okay, so give it down for now. How come, the street lights protection, the electricity? That's one, is that the one you were saying, out with the electricity,
Yeah.
Mike?
No, well, maybe that is where it's coming from, yeah, it could be.
I know I
No,
didn't throw this away.
line 153. Is that a number they gave you?
Based on the 11 cents and the 9 cents. That's, and I figured out what we spent. I figured out the units from last year.
So, take this card, get a hold of this lady, and ask her about upgrading our streetlights to
And we
LED.
did.
And last I knew, though, it's a free upgrade through CMP, and
Lower the,
you can have that,
because
cause
that's,
I have her in my phone anyway.
yeah, the electricity.
Yeah. It's almost out.
I know.
I wonder if, I mean, we deal with different energy people through work, there's ought to be something out there from municipalities to get reduced. To buy in, with all the solar, as far as being able to buy into some of these grids and things like that.
So you don't use CMP?
Some,
Huh,
yes, but
interesting.
we have different things.
Very interesting.
Just backing up to the fire department for a minute, Lona, these numbers that you have you sat with the chief and reviewed them, or did he just hand these to you?
Well, that's what he handed.
Okay,
And, yeah.
so you can't necessarily explain why there's such an increase in, say, wages and salaries?
Well, that I can, based on hours. Minimum wage, for one thing, is going up 60 cents.
Okay,
So that's gonna make a bigger impact. And I had numbers, if you look, I put to the side, they had 2,089 hours, but that was only through November 15th. So I try to do an estimate. So it's about 25 to 9.5 hours for a whole year. And if you base it at 1275, that's,
I'm just looking at what we had budgeted in '21, now they exceeded that, they
Yes.
obviously pulled monies from other places, cause their total expenditure wasn't much over.
no.
But, I mean, we're looking at almost a 50% increase from '21's budget.
Right.
And I don't think we have a lot more personnel there.
No, we
No,
actually have
I
less.
think we have less now.
So there's more hours being,
Yep. I think we
coming from someplace.
I think we need a better breakdown or a better understanding about that, because that's a pretty big increase.
Yeah, and I would really, my next, if the rationale for that makes total sense, and I suspect it will, my next question is gonna be is what's the next year and the year after that gonna look like?
Projecting it out.
Yeah, because at that rate, we'd quickly be $50,000,
I
$60,000 in salary.
A lot of these things out here for numbers, I would, as your numbers get lower, I would have thought some of our numbers should be lower. Whether it be for gear or for training or hours or,
So we didn't have any FF firefighter insurance in 21? Oh, it's line 119.
yeah, what is that?
Because I think it was paid out on the membership.
Oh.
Not paid out in the
Oh.
category. But-
Oh.
But that's going, actually, that gets paid in the month of January.
Oh.
For Hartford.
But like you're saying, Dale, with the reduced numbers of bodies,
Right.
the,
And the same thing, I mean, the other thing too, I'd question is the auto insurance. I mean, we recently learned, we're paying insurance on a truck that never leaves. How many other trucks are in that same category? I just think there's room here to, instead of the insurance going up, maybe we could get that to go down a little, if that's the case.
Yeah, even fire department's electric went crazy.
Well, she went off this.
I went off the numbers that I was given, but
I don't see this.
yeah. What, the standard offer went up like 80% for Central Maine, something, I mean, it's crazy.
yeah. Like I said, I did it through what
Right, just exact,
what they used last year.
yep, yep.
And hopefully it's less.
Well, it's the same deal, I mean, equipment, budget 10, we haven't spent over $3,500, why would you
No.
budget 10?
Yeah, I think in all fairness, we gotta let Chad
Yep,
come in and talk to
100%.
us.
Yep.
All right, so we'll kind of, I guess we've
Table
gone
that.
as deep in that as we can go.
Yeah.
But even on the, I guess with the increase in the hours, if some way, there's a way to break those hours down, that would be beneficial. So we could kind of see where those are actually adding up.
Yeah, we should come up with a list of questions for her to give to him, so that when he arrives, we're ready to.
He
Yeah.
has the answers.
You wanna do that now? Or-
Yeah, that's fine with me, you could, and you have a really good,
So, Lorna, what we just decided was that we should give you a list of questions
Okay.
to go over with Chad or to give him.
to prep him.
Okay.
Yeah, so that he is prepared to answer the questions that we
Okay.
have.
I'll put it right on there.
So number one, obviously, is the wages. I mean, I understand minimum wage is going up, but a breakdown of how that looks monthly or where is that really going? Because like Mike said, if you look back at what's been being expended, that's last year, that's a pretty huge increase. The other thing, I'm curious to how we talk about the truck as far as the insurance part of it, you know. What else, what are we doing about that? If we've got equipment that's just sitting there and not actually being used for firefighting purposes
And is being insured.
and is being insured, I
Because it
think we
was
need to
the
talk about it to save
last
money.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it almost seems like I'm looking at this big equipment increase on line 116, and then you go up to wages and salaries. It looks like, because they were allocated 7,000 in 21, they spent less than half of it and moved that equipment money. They didn't literally move it, but they ended up spending it in salaries.
Right.
So in other words, we kind of robbed from our equipment to increase our salaries.
Right.
And now we have a deficit for equipment, and we're trying to catch it up in 1 year to the tune of 10 grand. That doesn't seem like we allocated our monies correctly. I mean, I think we put these in as a line item,
Right, but we have no control over
At the
it.
end of
but
the day,
it feels
say-
like we don't.
Right,
Should we?
right.
I think, if we allocated $7,000 towards equipment, and now, this year, we've got a $3,000 deficit because we didn't do our equipment. And we spent it on salaries, that wasn't the deal last year.
Right. I mean, budgetarily wise, we just approved the bottom line.
Correct. But, so now, based on what we spent last year, we're starting with that new base number of almost 30 grand in salaries. We up that another almost 10%.
And the
And we want
equipment.
everything we didn't get to spend last year plus another 3 grand.
Correct.
That doesn't seem,
That's those
okay,
things.
I just, that's the way I was looking at it, I just wanna
Okay.
see.
Fully agree.
Okay,
I will reach out to Chad.
And why, I mean, I know line item wise, but gas and diesel, so they have no expense in 21 for gas and diesel? You see, $1,800?
Had to have- I mean, they had to have.
well, they, yeah, they definitely did, it didn't end up being
It didn't.
accounted
On
for.
that
On that
Yeah,
line.
now, it's showing
Yeah.
up in there somewhere, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
And I guess that's kind of, that,
Because I put it on the right line for,
I really don't like awarding just a bucket of money. I like the breakdown.
Well, I have no problem awarding it budgetarily as a line item, a bucket of money. But budgetarily wise, when you're doing this, that's why you need the breakdown.
That's what, I mean. I
As
don't-
far as for us,
We're only
it's
gonna put
the
one
department.
line on the
Sure.
warrant.
Right.
But I don't really,
But they need to understand that.
and
yeah,
I'll tell you with the gas and diesel, I think it's, yeah.
I mean, that is why you have a budget. I mean,
and then I think shifting numbers around like that is how you have a, a 25 or 30% increase in 1 year in your firefighting budget, cause that's what they're proposing.
right.
Did you figure out where the gas and diesel went?
I'm thinking it's all in the line of the heat and the oil because it's
Oh.
A.E.
Yeah.
Robertson and
Oh.
they deliver.
Yeah, I bet you're
yeah,
right.
Okay, that makes
They
sense.
deliver
Yeah.
the,
Okay.
Well, they must have
But-
do they
right.
have,
yeah, but
But
it's still,
still-
broken- yeah.
I-
No,
It's really.
how do
mean,
they, so they never get fuel at Robinsons?
they get fuel at the.
They have a
public
tank.
works. The
Right,
tank.
remember we've talked about getting rid of that tank.
Well, right now, it's still being used.
I think we need to stop that.
Where is that tank? At the town garage?
Yes.
Is that tank
Right
on here
next
as a
to
line item?
Robinson's? That doesn't make any sense at all, right?
Correct. I mean, we
Because
can,
we have no
we
policing
can,
of that.
we can get a card from Robinsons
Right,
for the
yes,
town. It's
yes.
not a credit card.
Nope.
It's only good at A.E. Robinsons for fuel.
Right.
It's very easy to do.
And here's the thing, I mean, there must be insurance
Honestly,
involved
we-
when you have a big tank of diesel fuel sitting at the town garage. There's, right?
Oh, it's gotta be.
I mean.
It's gotta
if
be
we're
an
talking about-
add-on.
Right,
I mean, insurance comes in, they see that tank sitting there, they go,
that's right. So,
We were gonna sell the tank.
yeah, we talked
So
about
we
this
should-
many times.
We should go ahead and do that, but I guess it's just kind of philosophically, the approach to this is,
right, it doesn't work for me, as far as, I mean, I get it, the bottom line, but then there should be some accountability. Are some lines here
Well, as
that,
far as I'm concerned, there isn't any, because even this year, and no, it sounds petty, but they're over budget by
Right.
$378.
right,
We have to do that. Nobody came to us and said, I mean, we did what we approved, but, it would have been nice if, as a heads up, because,
that's not supposed to happen.
correct,
Right.
ever.
Yep.
So,
right, I mean, usually when you've got a budget, you tighten your belt when you find you're
Sure.
getting to the end of the,
right. Whether it's because you gotta pay a light bill or oil, or you have to pay that through December.
right,
So if my budget's getting tight and I wanna buy something, maybe I'm not buying that until,
that's right.
This 30 grand on salary is what blew them up. And I would have thought somewhere, 6 months through the year, 9 months through the year, they're keeping track of that. Guys, we're running out of wages and salaries. You can see you're coming up to the end of that.
Right,
But they just kept going. And once you got to 20, you knew you were gonna run out, right? But you keep going.
I'd like to see something, and I know I saw it on Monson's, and I've tried to find it again and I can't. But it's right in their
Oh,
minutes.
you said every
And
month.
Basically, it's a little chart, it's broke down simply, in town, mutual aid, and over here it says car accidents, chimney fire, first responder, or lift assist, I guess. And it's real basic groups, and then for each month, you got a number. So
You have an idea of.
you have an idea where all your
They-
budget is going. And right now, we spent $32,000. Okay, what did we get out of that? Did all the other towns get
Yeah.
20?
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
got 10?
Right, yeah. it would be
That's
good
what
to
I
know.
would really like to know.
In that breakdown, do you recall that it is in town and,
It had
And-
mutual aid
and
listed
well,
on.
that really would be
Yeah.
a good thing to,
It was like all your buckets was.
Sure.
It was like just a slash, car accident, okay, 1 and 2. You know what I mean? So you could see that.
It's just such a significant percentage increase, maybe he has an explanation, but,
you mean for the salaries?
yeah. I mean, it's not like 10%.
No. And they're not adding more
No, they have fewer.
firefighters, that's
We have
right.
fewer firefighters.
So anyway, I guess we've hit a wall there, but, and we also, I think we all agree that if you have money allocated for equipment, it shouldn't be going somewhere else, and then you come back to us next year and say,
Oh, boy.
I
we
couldn't get
need-
the equipment done, so I need everything from last year plus more this
Yeah,
year.
that doesn't.
Because what will happen is you'll end up with, the state of your equipment is gonna deteriorate, and you're gonna have this big bill all at
Right.
once. Which is, I think, might be kinda what's happening here, so, okay. Some of this stuff is basically just baked in the cake, animal welfare, animal control. We're gonna work on the streetlights, but that isn't gonna change this for this year.
A little, but not enough to worry about.
Water,
Hydrants are scary as usual.
The good thing is the hydrants didn't go up.
Did not.
No, the rest of the water's going up 10%, but not this
The
year,
hydrants.
not the hydrants this year.
Huh.
I just-
with regards to office equipment, I mean, since you're taking on cleaning, is there a vacuum cleaner, or do you need
We do have a
something?
vacuum cleaner, and I did order a Swiffer wet jet.
I mean, in light of what we're saving, if there's some piece of equipment that would make it better,
Yeah, no, right now we're good.
Okay.
We're all set.
Alright, this 500 here, that's for a reserve account, right? You know what
Yes,
You
yeah.
know what we have in there now?
What, in that? No.
That would be interesting.
I'll have to-
What's
Current
honestly,
balance?
what's current balance in all of these? Would be kinda neat to know. 'Cause I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how, I have to talk to Brody on how to find that out.
Are you talking about the total capital reserves? Is that what you're talking about, Dale? That number?
164,
Yep,
yeah.
yep. Okay, yeah.
yeah, we do need that number.
Cold, the hot patch. That's gone way up.
Mhm. I mean, we can lower it, but kind of based it on what normal.
And we didn't budget for culverts in 20 and 21? Or it just came out of a different? Oh, yeah. We did budget for culverts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we expended.
We expended it, but we didn't have it under the line item.
Mhm.
Boy, it'll give you an idea how easy last year's winter was, when you look at the salt. 199,
You remember what that is? I know it's petty, but boat landing 240. I'm just wondering why that ain't all under the rec. That's why I was asking.
That's what we got charged to do the boat landing. I hear.
To remove the dock,
Yeah.
wouldn't that just be part of the rec budget? It's the rec field.
Not
Is it
both of them.
The boat landing? I wouldn't
This
think
was,
so.
this one was, well, this one's for Center Pond.
It's just center pond.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you guys get to road improvement, let me know.
So do we, 199, winter roads?
Salt.
Yeah. We can cut that in half.
Well, it looks like, it's kind of odd. You see
Yeah.
expended 19, expended 20, the big difference, then budgeted and then expended. It's like, we've never, we did in 19, we spent 20 grand on salt. I don't know.
Those are questions I guess I like to have different answers. If there's a reason. Is the price coming in different? Are we not using what we're,
I mean, the only way how did we only spend $7,900? And we budgeted 20.
we didn't put up as much sand, remember?
Yeah, but I thought we bought.
That's what I'm asking. Either one of two things is happening. Either we're getting the salt at the time we're buying it way cheaper than what we thought we was going to,
Or we didn't buy it.
or we didn't use as much as we thought.
Right, but I thought we ordered it in anticipation. You don't know what the weather's gonna be, so you buy your $20,000 worth of salt.
Well, you do it when you do your sand pile,
Right,
the bulk of it.
correct.
But that's what I'm saying, either we didn't buy as much to put
We
the pile up,
definitely didn't.
or we got it at a lot less rate than what we thought we did. I would agree that's probably what you're saying, but that's an easy way to find out, because we must have the,
Well, and my guess is, see what was expended in 20?
oh, I know.
That was all like number 2.
Yep.
So I think what happened is your pile got smaller and smaller.
It was,
What's that?
it was,
No, because look at your sand. That's how I'm looking at it.
Well, and we also know that our
Right,
sand
but,
measure was different.
sure,
I mean, our pile got bigger, even though we bought the same number of yards,
correct.
supposedly.
I know, that's what makes me nervous. Cause your percentage of sand and salt and cost wise doesn't match.
Oh, I didn't.
And I know we got more sand,
I had one more sand, that's all.
even in
No, we
20.
should have saved on sand, just like we did on salt.
But 2021 is the same sand. Right?
Yep. Yes, it was.
And those percentages kinda match. That's easy to find out. We just gotta find out, are we mixing the same percentage of salt in 21 that we was over here? And it's the same person mixing it.
It is,
Yeah.
it is the same person who's.
Because if that's true, this number doesn't need to be, if we're mixing our salt properly,
Right,
then,
right.
oh, I know, that's a totally different conversation. That's not where we use the most salt. We use the most salt when we mix it. If you buy a load right now, you know what I mean? It's
You mean just
sporadically.
straight salt, to put
Yeah.
on the,
Yeah, for a hot load or
Right, right.
whatever.
right,
We're not gonna buy anywhere near as much salt as we would
right.
as you're mixing the pile in, is what I'm saying. So. And it's the same deal, I mean, we'll end up getting a couple more loads of salt,
Yeah,
as we always have.
So we rebought sand in, we went back to the pit in 20. That's why, see how big the sand number is in 20, actually expended?
Yeah,
And, but if you put the two numbers together, the sand and salt, they're pretty close to what was budgeted. Because we did so much less salt than what was actually, and so then that we kind of repeat that, well, no, we didn't, I mean, last
No, it's
year,
expended, you only have one budget,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Either we're mixing it different, or, which is what it really looks like.
Has to be.
I would assume that. And if what we're doing, well,
Well, and if that's the case, we probably don't need 20 this year.
Well, salt's going up.
Okay, but to that amount, I mean, that would be
that's
100%.
120.
Yeah, exactly.
I would, but yeah, let's just leave it for now. I'd like to know if we're mixing the same.
Yeah, I would ask Chris what the ratio is there
Okay.
and why,
Why the change?
yeah, if there was a change, and then,
Yep.
yeah. Because then we can adjust.
Yeah,
Even
'cause
if
I
salt
mean-
goes up, we maybe only need
12.
12.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, 10, I think is still a safe number, but you still could go to 12.
Yeah, just see that 19, in 2019, that's weird.
Well, I remember, I mean, we talked about mixing it at a better percentage, so it worked better on the road and bloody, bloody, blah.
But we struggled with our material that year. Remember how
Yep.
horrible the sand
Yep.
was, and
It
we were
was
fighting with
goopy
it,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see where our recipe was kind of a
Yep.
hit or miss.
So maybe we only mixed hot that year, and then we've gone back to the old way since?
Yeah, could be. We had a year there where it was really like loamy.
Oh, gosh,
It was like
That was
doing more harm than good.
2019.
Yeah, I think that's what maybe happened there.
yeah.
All right,
And actually, that's the year we remixed the whole pile, right? Didn't we screen that year too? Isn't that year we did the whole thing?
yeah, we did try to,
Alright.
I mean, it's not, the whole number isn't, it's just, well, it's kinda like the fire department, we wanna know what we're doing here.
Right, where we're going, where we're trending.
Contractor, what does that encompass? What do you,
That's, when, a lot of times, Herrick would go in that category.
okay,
It's really labor.
Yeah.
so miscellaneous.
Yeah, miscellaneous, yeah.
Driveway culvert or. Okay, clean up a tree.
It's like 1099.
It's kind of deceiving,
Yeah.
because it's not really,
Yeah.
when I see contractor, I always think contracted services, but it's not really, it's just general labor.
Yeah, but in our case, we hire somebody to do everything.
Right,
Right.
Yep. We don't need oil. Right?
in the garage?
No. It's paying for oil.
Oh,
That's what he said.
Yes, he did.
Who
No,
did?
we're not supposed to be paying it, they are.
Who?
Newts.
We've been paying it.
We're not supposed to.
Yeah, he wanted to hit the building heated, and he said he would take care of it.
Right.
I've never been told, but we've been paying it all along.
No, then try, pull that back out and send the bill to Chris.
Yeah, he
Or
did
just-
say that, cause he wanted the convenience of being able to use the building, which was
Right.
fine.
Okay.
But he said he would heat it.
Right.
Yeah, and that was
Again.
that was in his adjusted contract.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is that written in his contract, do we know?
I don't know, but it's on tape.
Okay, alright.
I mean, he's the one that said it.
Okay. So,
Electricity, crazy.
Yeah, we gotta make a phone call on that. Help him out or something. This is nuts.
That's really your whole increase in that category.
So, it's an easy way to shave another couple $100, but, not sure if municipality's different, but as far as OSHA standard, if you have a fire extinguisher policy that says I'm not gonna have any, I don't have to have any. You only have to have them if you don't have a policy that says you don't have them.
because that's for them to come look at the fire extinguishers. I mean,
But we
they come here.
don't, we can do that, we don't need them to do that.
You mean that 225
Yeah.
line? Or are we, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I'd be curious too if just back to what Jody said, I wonder if that fire insurance on that building would go down if we move that oil tank.
Got rid of it,
If we get rid of all
having
of the.
fuel,
Yeah,
because
I mean, there's
That's worth
gotta be,
asking. I mean,
there's gotta be a risk.
we plan
I'm
on
just
getting rid of it
nosily
anyway.
curious, I don't
Right,
think it's
right.
it's not gonna drop to $100,
No,
but
no, but.
it's gotta drop some, it's gotta do something.
Right, there's a,
So up here, you said on mowing, you had them together, but now the mowing's down here too?
Well, that was the quote for the public works mowing. That's for the 6 month. It was, the total, quote is $4,500. 45, and it's just split up amongst the different categories.
so you pull it out and put it in the different.
Right.
Okay.
We don't need auto insurance on road equipment, do we? Cause we don't have any.
Well, I already contacted them on that. And that's what's proposed for 2022.
I don't have, what are you gonna insure?
I know,
We don't have anything,
I know,
so we can just cancel it,
so.
right?
Yeah. We do not have any auto.
Well, the fire trucks.
Yeah, but that's not under,
See,
not under
this
public
is-
works.
This has already been paid through until, so the bill that we're just paying was quoted from last year, so it won't change until July, in mid-July.
If we should have been able to cancel it at any time and gotten that money back.
They are very, I let them know that we don't have that equipment.
Right, so we should have been able to cancel it.
Right, and usually
Yeah,
you
we're
can
insuring
tell them,
something we,
Yeah, you know, there's
Can't have
nothing
a
to
lot
insure.
if you have the, bill of sale and everything, then you usually can even retro.
But I will
back
call back to,
when it's gone.
Right.
casualty policy there. I will talk to her again.
Yeah, we shouldn't be paying anything.
Right. Yep.
Even if it's something that was quoted beforehand or paid sooner.
Right, right,
Should've
right,
got a
right.
check back
That's
here.
right. Yep.
I will tell you that, once you pay for your snowmobile insurance, if you
You
sell
can't
them,
get it back.
they don't give it back to you. And that was Liberty Mutual, only pay for what you need.
You needed
And
it.
then
And I
some.
said that to her like 13 times.
I did get $230 taken off the workers' comp insurance though. Just of the
Good.
incomes.
Back up to road improvement, do we wanna figure out what we're gonna budget for roads next year?
For paving?
Yeah, that was, I did a rough estimate because of the 46.
I mean, we know we're gonna pave as much as we paid last year.
Are we gonna talk about the
Oh, yeah,
46
I
before we
did
can
watch
talk
it.
about it?
Well, that's all gonna be part of that total.
I found a quote back in March of this amount for the same,
And what did we spend, this amount?
yeah,
Yeah.
I just found this in a file. See, I put the numbers there.
Yeah. Well, it's a little better. I mean, at least not quite as drastic. But our total expense, I mean, rather than setting us up for what we know is going to be a special, and we probably will have a special, because it seems like we always do before the year's out, but I think we oughta
Bump it up.
plan on what we're gonna probably need and get as close as we can to it.
Well, we know we're gonna do at least 250. I mean, that's where we kinda been, saying about the big bump up last year.
Well, yeah, we had a,
And then you gotta add 46 to it.
yeah, and I
So it
think,
needs to be.
3 at least.
how many miles on this, if we do all of Sowers Mills Road,
Never saw a price.
it's gonna be at least as much as we did this year.
Right, it's 2.5 miles, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
When we did 2 miles, actually, I think a little less than 2.5 this year.
1.75. and then-
Well, but don't forget, you did, part of it was just base, and you did a lot
Yep.
more top coat.
Yep. But I'm not objecting to doing a top coat on Sowers Mills Road.
No, me neither, but I'm just saying, for what we did this year, as
Will
far as
we reclaim the
distances,
Sowers Mills Road?
I would think we would. And the only reason why I say that is, I know 15 years ago, or actually it's probably more than that now, 16, 17, when it was paved, we shimmed 7 inches in places. So we know there's 2 to 3 layers of hot top on that road now, so I would think there's enough there that you now can reclaim, but have something.
East of Brockway, we did not shim and pave. We did shim and pave, we didn't reclaim.
Correct, because we couldn't, because of the rocks.
It was bad.
Yep, going up the hill.
But I don't know, you might know what they're likely to encounter, Chris might know, I mean, anybody who's dug, well, who put our culverts in
That's
might
who we would
know,
ask.
yeah,
Herrick.
What he
Well,
found.
yeah, I mean,
That's the only reason why I'm saying I would think it's ready to reclaim is because we know there's no gravel in the road. So if you've got one layer, if you've got 3 inches of hot top and you reclaim, you're putting the 3 inches of hot top, mixes in with 9 inches of goo, so you end up with 12 inches of glorified goo.
so far reclaiming has really, we've ended up with a nice product.
It does when you have either enough hot top to mix in or
You
a
add gravel.
base. Yeah, add gravel or a
Which is what we
base.
did up here.
Yes.
So I guess what I'm trying to get at is if we assume reclaiming, we're not really gonna know until we,
Unit price, reclaim,
yeah.
base top.
Well, we know what we spent this year to reclaim and finish coat. We could easily spend $500,000 on paving between what's due from last year and if we finish that road.
Yep.
And that's not even considering in town, if we had extra money, we could easily do a Mill Street or something like that.
We asked before, but I would love to have some numbers. I mean, we try to do this already, but.
Yeah, we're not gonna get those before.
Well, you could. You made a couple phone calls, you could get some guys come in here and do a ride around and have numbers in pretty short order.
That's
I mean,
fine.
it's not a number that, obviously, when you got ready to actually do it, you'd put it out for a quote, but.
Correct.
If you could get a hold of a couple of them that have, 2 or 3 of them that have paved in the past, and ask them if they can come and look and give us a number on these, I would think you should be able to get them.
Well, let's work it backwards. Would you, regardless of your numbers, do you see us exceeding $500,000 in pavement? Would you go to 750?
I would like to get to the number, say, move that number to 300, which is where we've kinda been, is around the 250
Yeah, we
number,
have.
300. And let's get through the budget to get to the end to see where we're at. And then go back and talk about that and see how much, instead of hitting it on tax side, taken out of.
I agree with it. That's already how I'm thinking I would like to approach it.
That's,
Whether it's that number
I don't wanna
3.
think about doing $500,000 and having it all hit taxes.
No.
But we also need to know what our total reserve is.
Yep. Yep. But that's how I would, I mean, to me,
Cause we've done this 2 or 3 times. It'd be nice to know where we stand after having done that. I mean, we've gone back to the town and said.
We've hit 'em
we need-
hard.
Yeah, and yet our mill rate keeps going down.
correct.
So I feel like we're managing it reasonably.
Yep.
And back to that scenario, I wouldn't have a problem spending 700,000 on roads if the numbers work.
Correct.
And if we can get these guys to show up when they're supposed to.
I think as a town, we're still in pretty good financials, so we could do this and get some pavement.
Yeah, and get caught up and get these roads, you know,
So do we wanna, like you were saying, put 300 now? Or do you wanna bump it?
I would rather-
And see what we've got left over?
I would rather say, okay, if we look in the past, budgetarily wise, 250, 300 is really over the last few years, kinda where last year's budget, because we had the special, that's why it's so high.
Right.
So if we kinda stay 250, 300 for this
Through
purpose.
this cycle, through this,
And get the budget where we like it,
see what our numbers are.
see where our reserves are, get everything together, then go back and say. all right,
Now we can, now we
sure,
can.
no, and we may do, you're talking about doing this, make a decision before we go to warrant.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanna go to war
Yeah,
and
you
say.
you
I'm
just
gonna
wanna
take
do it a
3
little bit more methodically.
Right, I wanna say,
Instead of
let's,
putting a-
$300 is to taxes, and then a line item that we're gonna take 250 out of.
Okay, I like that. I'll just put it in parentheses, I like that. And it really would be great, Lorna, if we could get, particularly Mr. Roundy, he'd be a good one to call because he's hoping to square up with us eventually.
Sure.
If he would come walk these in-town streets and give us a feel.
And I'd say all of them.
Yeah,
Because
don't
it's
be
not-
Yeah,
shy.
cause it's 1 something.
It's not very far.
Yeah, it's
No, it's
not.
not very many.
I've got
And you're
the-
not gonna get the guys to come in, haul all the equipment, do this little
No,
road.
No, we're not gonna do that to
No.
him.
Just
We're not
do
gonna
it
do
all.
that to him.
Yeah, I think you're gonna
In
get a better
fact, if he
number
would-
if
yeah.
you're doing all the in-town.
Sure.
If there is a better number, we would like him to tell us that.
Right, Right.
Just you do the whole
What's gonna
town.
make the number the best
Right,
number?
right.
Do the whole town and Silver's Mills,
And we put
Bingo.
their
bingo,
extra-
right, right? Okay.
Yep, cause it's possible, we might actually do that,
Yeah.
so, okay.
Well,
Alright.
it's honestly, if we could
Really
do that, and then next year, I know I'm getting way ahead of us, but next year, we tackle going into East Sangerville the other way through, we're pretty well in good shape. Because by the time we get through next year, there's parts of French's Mills is gonna have to be talked about again. And
I would
maybe we
agree,
might be
yeah.
on the right track of,
Getting caught up,
Yeah.
a little caught up.
Okay,
So we're gonna revisit that, but for now,
for now it's 300.
300,
I would say 300.
right, and we're gonna circle back on that.
Okay. Plus the 46.
300.
300, okay.
That
Yeah,
includes.
that includes that for now,
includes
but
the 46.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna change, but. Same deal, mobile equipment insurance, under road equipment. We don't need that
Yeah,
either.
we just talked about that.
Well, we
before.
talked about auto insurance, but the mobile equipment insurance, we don't need that either, I don't think.
what is our mobile, what are we insuring that's mobile equipment?
I don't know what the heck it was. Back in the day,
Trailers?
there was radios in the,
Yeah, that's. Okay,
Mobile,
Yeah, I'll
that's not
check.
like mobile like a trailer.
well, I don't know, actually, I didn't think of that,
Yeah,
maybe,
it could be, I'll
Like
check with them for
things
sure.
that you drag behind the
Find
truck,
out.
I don't know.
that's what I was
The
thinking.
only thing I'm showing, I mean, we're saying we spent $104 last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the trailer that's up there, we haven't registered that for a few years, cause it's not fit to, that's another thing that ought to get sold, I mean, we shouldn't be using it.
This is under road equipment, so to me, that mobile equipment would be stuff that, like our grinder, like things that,
The only thing you had was the trailer,
right, well, maybe that's what that number
but it
is.
hasn't been registered, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it shouldn't have been on there
Yeah,
either.
it's, yeah, okay, I'll call them and find out exactly what that is.
Road treatment,
What is
what's
that?
that?
That's part of the property and casualty. It's $192 was last year, and I'm not sure what it is, but that's, we get charged for.
That's
road
an
treatment.
That's
Insurance, you mean?
insurance?
Yeah,
Then is it in the right place?
that's how they have it listed on the insurance, and that's where they've always put it. It's through property and casualty.
Road treatment?
It's scary that we do this and we still scratch our heads every year.
You should know by now.
Wise. Actually, it's kind of a test, cause a lot of times we get told the same thing 4 different ways, so you don't really.
And the division division subtotal, gotcha.
Yeah,
I
it should.
understand, I get it.
There are some signs that we do need. Like, I lost a Honeywell sign the other day.
I
Someone
see
took
that.
it, yeah.
You know what, and I don't know what's up there,
I've
but
got an inventory.
there's a bunch of signs up
I've got
there,
an inventory,
yeah,
yeah.
that's up there.
Contract services. Disposal contract services.
Right.
That's our,
That's the Dexter. I wasn't
Solid
sure,
waste.
yeah, I wasn't sure if it goes under contract services or solid waste, because we did it when we were in Dover. Some of it, what we got charged from Dover went under solid waste, but the trash itself was under contract services when it got picked up, so.
so it used to get split up.
Right.
And now
Right.
it's one lump sum.
Line.
Oh,
think
okay,
it
I
should-
see, you
It
don't-
should go under
Yeah,
solid
so
waste,
I
shouldn't
wasn't,
it?
should it?
I see, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Can't
It could go under either.
Can't we just change the name of the category?
We could change the name of the category.
That'd be way easier.
What do you wanna call it?
That's,
So.
But that's what it is. I mean, it's-
Is it fair to say that 246 represents what was 248 and 246?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
feel better,
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, that's fine.
and it's going up 3.3%, 2.3%,
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
gonna keep going.
so.
sorry, stop.
Okay.
and the trash boxes, that's a dumpster at the garage.
Right.
No,
What is it?
it's not a dumpster.
What is
It's
it?
It's a closet that we throw stuff in and they take it out of it.
Yes, but it's locked now.
I know, but Trash Busters doesn't pick up all the stuff up there. There's all that plastic. that
Oh,
they-
I know, 3 years of
Still?
They've
plastic.
never picked it up. It's still there.
Well, who dumps stuff there?
Nobody. It's the plastic off the sand pile.
Oh,
It's out
We just
behind.
need to pay a contractor to take it to Dexter.
Well, I would like to know why Trash Busters, if we're paying them, why don't pick it up?
Just
Well, no,
a
but
simple
wha-
question, but.
But that 300 is for us taking it
oh, you take your stuff up
up
there?
there? Correct, correct.
The only buildings are here and we haul it all there.
That doesn't
Yes.
make any sense.
I know, but if you put a dumpster down here, I would
Yes.
bet everybody and the brother would be,
Yeah, it become the,
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
The
we
town
put a
dumpster.
block on
I
that one
understand.
because everybody
I
and their
gotcha.
brother was using it.
So I gotcha.
can't generate much here though.
No.
no, but they charge so much a week, period.
Yeah, right,
You
it's
know
not
what I
by
mean?
volume.
It's not by volume.
It's just by the,
Yeah.
yeah. So other town property mowing, that's the,
Come on, you
No,
know,
it doesn't
come
work.
on. General system, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Used to be 5, I think we probably could go lower than that, I wasn't sure. We haven't had a lot of people asking anymore, but,
But you never know.
you know, that's the, yeah.
She didn't expend anything. I mean, relatively speaking.
Right?
No.
So that's not denying anyone that requested.
Right,
Oh,
right,
I'm
that was
sure it
just,
did.
You think so?
That
Oh,
was-
yeah, I think she
Oh,
had some
yes.
requests.
there was a few
There's-
that
that's-
didn't qualify, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
That bucket is very discretionary,
Oh, it is?
yes. So you could spend, honestly, you could spend as little or or amount, how much you want to.
But there is some sort of a.
There's guidelines.
Criteria.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, there are.
Yeah, but it's still at the,
Discretion of the.
there's a lot of
manager.
discretion there.
I see.
The GA administrator.
Yes.
Well, that's right. Okay.
So that is one of them things that you can legitimately say, you can tighten it up a little bit if you wanted to, or you can leave it there, but.
I see, okay. And you did lower it from, I mean, you
Yeah.
budgeted last year. Rec field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
I
the,
was,
why the
I
yin
put
and
that,
yang?
yeah,
Yeah, what is,
So what was that, sorry?
270?
see that, yeah, because they only spent
Yeah.
124. So it can go lower. I was just estimating.
I just want, I mean,
Because they didn't do anything last year, and I'm not sure what's gonna be done this year.
Well, the year before they spent 58.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
but we don't have any projects that you're aware of.
no,
there.
so it definitely can go.
No, I think
No.
I think they have some things, cause I had, Jason sent me a message and asked me about it.
Okay.
But I reminded him that we know nothing, I mean, nobody's come to any of our meetings saying that things need to be done or whatever. I mean, I think last year went really good, it looked good all the time. I don't see, if it didn't get used a lot last year, I wouldn't think there's a lot of updating
Yeah,
that
that's
needs
true
to be
too.
done.
That's a good point.
We should be sitting pretty close, but.
Do they typically give us a budget? You know, proposed?
Well, they have a recommendation.
Right,
of what
they
would
haven't
like.
done that.
No,
No? Nope.
I can reach out, if you want me to, but
Yeah,
I'll reach out to them.
let's see what the
See
wish
what they
list
come
is.
up with.
So mowing dropped that much, just on that? Or is that another?
Yeah,
one that
no,
moved?
that's the he just.
Okay, no,
did
it's
it,
fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Down 200.
Yeah.
Do you have a section?
Well,
We do,
It's 1,200.
oh yeah, but I mean, total, total went down 200 with all of it together.
Right, but as far as
Yeah.
the rec
Yeah.
field, the rec field mowing
That's what he quoted, and that's what we accepted,
is 2,000.
correct.
Okay.
We, I will fight for the sexton. We have Bob Pansiera. He does a wonderful job, and without him, we got a lot of the cemetery, a lot of issues taken care of. with
So
him.
this number came from him?
Yes.
Okay.
And I would agree that he's
He's
worth
worth
every penny.
the money.
Absolutely, absolutely. He made up, and he brings in everything so that the records are getting updated.
Good.
So he does a good job.
He is a nice man.
Yeah, and he worked right up through November this year, so he did a great job, so
Okay.
he's definitely worth it.
What's the Christmas?
That is for the wreath,
Oh,
and I think we could even go lower than that. I think we just need one there and one there. When we put one. so.
Yeah, I'd rather get rid of the word wreath,
wreaths,
Yeah.
wreaths.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. I'll do that.
just because.
Yeah.
Historical.
So, sorry, 281, it says flowers, flags.
It should be just flags,
Okay.
yeah, and I'll take the flower part out
Yeah,
of it,
I'm gonna
that's
fix
flags.
that too.
Line 296.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would strike that.
So-
Yep.
We're not, actually, we don't have any charities anymore.
There's none.
No.
We don't have any.
I mean, the library was technically, they actually were not a designated charity, but, I mean, with them gone, there's none.
Right.
There is no
Now we have
nonprofits.
Okay. 304?
I gotta talk to Barney, because she has it on there twice, the same thing, and I'm not, and she says it needs to be there, but I'm not understanding as to why.
What, the animal welfare and the
Yeah,
shelter?
yeah.
Because you have to, she explained, you have to contract with a shelter.
Right, and we do.
And so would that be the $900? I think that's the $900.
Right.
I think you're on pretty close to what, yeah, that's how I remember her explaining it.
Right, and then.
This is a facility that's open,
One's a facility,
available
one's a
to us.
person.
Right.
Takes
Right.
any animal.
No,
that
I was
they-
saying, because it's mentioned twice in the budget.
No, it's up
Oh,
here. It's in
where
here,
else
it's
is
somewhere
it?
else.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
why I'm saying, it's in the
Oh,
budget
oh.
twice, and that's what I don't, I'm not understanding.
Okay.
Oh.
That I wouldn't understand either.
Right.
That doesn't make.
Yeah.
And that, and she said it had, and so I'm not clear on that part.
Oh, where is it in the other part of Kidwell?
Yeah, it's down on it, revenue, well, it's on revenue.
No, yeah, but that's what we take in.
Right.
But it's on, I'll tell you.
Oh, I see it. Here.
What number you got,
Oh.
Jody?
Whoa. So department.
It's
oh,
on
no.
line 146 and 148 as well.
Yeah, but that's Department 6, it's exactly the same.
That's right, and that's why I didn't understand, and that's why I gotta find out from her. It's like, it doesn't make sense, you're doubling it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so,
That's,
yeah,
it's listed twice.
right,
This is
Department
listed,
6 is listed twice.
twice.
Oh, I
Which to me,
see.
it should not be, and
She said
yes,
yes.
so, but,
Interesting.
yeah.
And it's different numbers.
oh, it's
like-
different line items.
304.
Oh, yeah.
This is weird. What is, because this is exactly the same number and
Right.
that's exactly
The
the
same number as
Yeah,
these two.
yeah, and this is a different,
Yeah.
this is 2,000, this is 20.
Yeah, but you notice there's nothing expended.
Right,
Oh. I
So
see.
this one on 304 is just
Budgeted,
duplicating.
yeah,
Oh, it's just recording,
Yeah.
basically.
Right, so it's the same deal, I don't know why, but
Yeah.
even Department 10, there's nothing showing here budgeted.
Oh, yeah, I
Expended.
see what you're saying. Oh.
Is there?
because I can't, the 768 is, on Department 10 is last year's, I mean,
Last year's budgeted.
right, but I can't do anything for 2000, until June, when the budget passes.
So
Right,
don't
but
we
you
have to
should
put a
know what was
place it?
expended.
Oh, so far this year, you mean?
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's something wrong with this
yeah,
sheet.
Yeah,
There
it
is.
doesn't make sense to me, yeah. and
Yeah.
I'm not understanding. Yeah, so
Cause you don't have expended line items.
Yeah.
Even your nothing printed right. So you don't have your titles, you know what I mean? There's something happened here in this, the way the sheet's working.
I followed her thing.
Well,
See what I mean? You
line,
got,
yes, 290, line 299 is like the total budget. It says the total.
Right.
Although and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
we've got something's,
Yeah,
something screwed up.
screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll fix it.
And this is revenue.
That's revenue. Yeah, I just left it on there, just for you guys to see what we've taken in.
So what do we
Yeah.
usually do with regard to school with our budget? What do we do?
We just estimate
We get a hold of the district and find out
Say,
where they
what do
thinking.
you-
where they headed, up or down or sideways.
So we don't even have a number for that
Not yet.
I did get the number for
county.
the county. They'll be sending the bill out, but I talked to him when
Huh, that is really weird.
yeah, and she said it needed to be there. I'll have her come in, work with me on it.
Well, and you're gonna work with them when they do their budget, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be, when our budget committee works.
And it may just, because I took it from this one here, you know. So,
Yeah.
Friday had started and it just didn't,
Yeah.
the totals didn't.
Huh.
But this is, that number's right to that number. So that is right to that number.
I see.
It doesn't include that.
I
That's where that tree growth number reimbursement went down. You see that? 355.
Yep, I do see it.
That's something, there's a skew. Number one, cause it's an even number. Or actually, is that budgeted number?
Oh, I bet you that's what that's, but, cause then you got 21, 24.
Yeah, everything's a line
cents.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these last pages aren't coming up right.
Yeah, that's what she budgeted, that's what we got
Right,
for 2021.
right.
Yeah, but
Nothing's,
I copied it from, yeah, I just cut and pasted from the thing, so I'll put it in there. Cause I'm not sure if just estimate the revenue.
Do we know whether our student population is still stable or has changed? Do we know that?
well, last I knew it did go up.
It did.
I would expect it to, but it's just a gut feeling. Seems like some people have moved in.
Yeah, I mean, with all the property sales. And actually, right now, there's like one place left in Sangerville for sale. Everything now is under contract. So, the only thing left right now is the old Legion is for
Oh.
sale.
Did one of those sell, the red one?
It's not, one of them they got listed as a business, so it doesn't show up under my thing when I
Oh,
look.
see. Cause, there's only one sign now.
Yeah, so maybe. I know a lot of
right
people.
here.
look at
Yeah, yeah.
One sign is fell down.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, he just called and paid his taxes yesterday on it.
Also, that mailbox, not to get I mean, now there's snow.
They're getting a lot of,
I'm not getting a letter from DOT, and I actually got a copy of it too.
Okay.
He called today, so
Okay. I mean,
I looked
that's
at that
just,
on the way home after our
What's
last
that?
meeting, and I said to myself, what if everybody on the street did
Yeah,
that?
So,
yeah.
I'm trying to, how did that all?
Riding the
'cause
bicycle.
I don't understand the letter.
DOT is sending them a letter,
I know, but why?
because it's Route 23. They
No, I understand.
want to send a
But
letter?
if you go park a car over there, nobody's gonna send them a letter. Why wouldn't they?
well, but if somebody parked a car there and left it,
Yeah, you wouldn't send a letter,
well,
To
you'd
tow it.
haul it away.
correct?
Okay, gotcha.
So why? Because it's a mailbox.
Maybe because it's a federal thing. A mailbox you can't just touch.
Could
Right?
be onto something, who knows? But if
The
they're
plow
willing to
truck,
handle
the
it,
plow truck touches them all the time.
Well,
And the plow trucks actually, no,
Yeah, but-
seriously, the plow trucks used to wing that back.
they will again.
Well, they're not, because the mailbox.
Well, that's about to go away, they're getting a letter.
Yeah, But I'm just, it's just kinda odd that their approach is a letter. For
Have
something.
you seen the
In the
letter?
mailbox.
Yeah, I got it.
Is it straight to the point? You don't have to get it, is it right to the
Is it
point?
straight to
Is
the
it like, move the nail mailbox?
You have 30 days to comply.
Okay,
that
that's
what
pretty
it
to the
says?
point.
Yeah.
30 days, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, that's February,
There you go.
if we gotta plow around it for 30 days.
Yeah, that's kinda my thing. Doesn't make sense.
Okay, are we done with the budget for today?
I think so.
But I'm ready to meet, when you get these loose ends together,
Okay.
we can do this again next Monday or whatever.
Whenever.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
the
But we
weekends-
want a finished product before you present to the
Budget.
budget
Right.
committee.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the best way. We nip it for what it is, and if there's something less they can nip, then they can nip.
And that also means trying to get a number out of a paper,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay? All right?
I mean, I would think that when you start talking all in town and Silver's Mills, that's enough money that, and they
Well,
ought to be fairly slow right
He
now.
may be plowing snow these days, I don't know, but I would think they'd have time to come look.
That's what
It's
I'm
not
thinking.
snowing over the next week.
We do have a good storm next week, finally. Looks like 9 to 10,
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
on Thursday.
Oy.
But I mean, that's a ways out, who knows? All right, motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, it's 20 after 5.